In a college psychology class, the students begin to gather in their seats. The professor announces to them that one of their classmates, Marina Mills, had committed suicide over the weekend. All the students are stunned, but most disturbed is a girl named Laura Woodson. 2 weeks earlier, Laura was a normal popular college girl living with her best friends, Olivia, Izzy, and Gustavo. Her boyfriend is Tyler. Laura is also very active on social media, having over 800 friends on Facebook. During lunch, she catches Marina's attention and she later sends Laura a friend request. Laura sees that Marina has 0 friends on Facebook. However, she finds Marina's drawings and video animations to be intriguing. So she starts to casually hang out with Marina at school. Soon, Marina obsessive toward Laura. Even photoshopping herself into one of Laura's selfies. The drawings on her page also get freakier with gruesome and haunting images involving wasps and darkness. Marina sends Laura multiple messages which start to make her uncomfortable. On Laura's birthday, Marina tries to invite herself to hang out with Laura. Laura tells Marina that she's only going out to dinner with Tyler. She ends up at a surprise dinner with all her friends who take pictures and tag her in them on Facebook. Marina sees them and she gets upset. The next day, Marina angrily confronts Laura in the cafeteria. She even claims to have made her a birthday present that she was working on for 2 weeks despite of meeting her around that time. Laura tries to calm Marina down only for the girl to try and physically attack Laura. She shoves Marina in defense and makes her hood fall back, revealing a burnt bald spot on her head. Marina runs away. That night, Marina desperately tries to apologize to Laura for how she acted. Having had enough, Laura unfriends Marina. After seeing this, Marina hangs herself while setting the on fire. After Marina's suicide is reported, Laura sees a video of the incident in which Marina holds her present to Laura, a drawing of her to the camera before crumpling it and hanging and flaming herself. The video uploads itself to Laura's profile and she is unable to delete it. This causes others to unfriend her. She is even unable to delete her account. Laura asks her friend Kobe for help in undoing the video. Since he has experience with code, he looks into it and tries to see who may be hacking her account. When he takes a look at the code, he sees the is not like any normal code for other videos. In fact, it isn't coded at all. Izzy calls Gustavo as she returns to their dorm. Gustavo then has Marina added to his friend list on Facebook. He sees some freaky imagery on his computer before it shuts off and leaves the screen with his still reflection even when he's not looking at it. Gustavo then walks into the hallway and sees nothing but what appears to be 2 young boys with horribly disfigured faces. He runs into the elevator which goes dark. He turns on his phone torch and sees weird writing on the end, wasps buzzing all over. A hand then reaches down and grabs him. Izzy arrives and sees the elevator doors open, revealing Gustavo in a possessed state, smashing his head against the walls until he drops dead. Gustavo's friends mourn him, but the elevator footage of his death appears on Laura's Facebook page, leading more people to consider her sick and unfriend her no matter how much she tries to delete it. Even Izzy, who's been hospitalized due to the shock of seeing her boyfriend die, doesn't want anything to do with Laura. When Laura tries to post a message saying she's posting the videos, her message is deleted before it can even go through and appears for her saying, "You will know what it feels like to be lonely." Laura is called to the head office where she is informed that many students have reported her and in light of recent events she is being suspended. Kobe asks Laura to meet him, where he shows her before Gustavo died. Marina had friended him on Facebook. He also shows her the video of Gustavo's death and plays the enhanced audio for her. She hears the sound of wasps buzzing. He tells Laura that he did some research and found out that wasps were associated with evil in the past. People believe they appeared wherever they were witches and would follow and protect them. Laura and Kobe then do some research on Marina. They break into her dorm room and eventually track down her birth records and find out the boarding school where she originally grew up. They visit the place and Laura learns from the headmistress that Marina was brought there as a child after her mother perished in a fire. She gave birth to Marina right before she died. During her time at the school, Marina was picked on by 2 boys, both of whom were later found dead with their faces mutilated from wasp stings while talking to the headmistress. Kobe does some more research on witches and cults. While he is scrolling through, he finds a particular ritual in which a witch would hang themselves in front of a black mirror to invoke demonic possession. Before he can go any further, the computer glitches and Marina's face appears on all the screens in the room. When he tries to leave, he sees a burnt demonic-looking Marina at the door. Before she disappears and the room returns to normal. Tyler tries to defend Laura on Facebook, but before he can his message out, his laptop glitches and he is bitten in the ear by a wasp. In agony, he manages to pull it out of his ear. Laura gets on a bus and heads home. She calls Tyler and tells him about Saddle Mills, the location where both of the boys that were killed by the wasps were found. She asks him to help her get some info on Marina, but he is so disoriented he can't even make out half of what she is saying. Meanwhile, Marina adds Izzy on Facebook. Her phone glitches and shuts off with her reflection being trapped on the screen. She leaves her room and tries to someone, but the hospital is empty. She enters the room to find a burnt body in a bed that wakes up and stares at her. She rushes out of the room. She is then trapped in another room by Marina, who then attacks her. 2 police detectives then question Laura. They show her the surveillance footage of Izzy in the hospital, which shows that she wasn't alone in the hospital and she wasn't attacked either. She pulled out her own hair and slit her throat. They believe she may have been under the influence of some sort of drug. They also want to know why the video along with the others has been posted on Laura's face page, though they can't find an IP address that can show she is indeed the one posting the footage. Kobe tells Laura about what he found out about the witches and cults. He said that a long time ago the witches would use black mirrors to communicate with the other side by staring into them. When they were being hunted, they would hang and burn themselves in front of a black mirror to become something else. A demon of some sort. They would then haunt and torture those they wanted to seek revenge. The only way to stop it is to find the black mirror that they killed themselves in front of and destroy it. Laura did that. Marina's black mirror is her laptop. Tyler does some search on Marina after acquiring her last name Netta, far from Laura, who got it from the headmistress. He finds out that her mother was part of a cult that stayed in a house in Mars Grove. The house was burnt down by someone that wanted them gone. Her mother, Ada, was rushed to the hospital and was kept alive long enough to give birth before she died. Olivia has had enough and is getting ready to leave town before she can pack her things. Wasps enter her room and attack her. When Laura and Tyler drive back, they accidentally hit Olivia with their car as she has come under Marina's possession, as well was led to the car's path. Laura and Kobe head to the burnt down house in Grove, hoping to find Marina's laptop and destroy it. However, Kobe ends up getting possessed by Marina. He stabs Laura when he figures the huntings will stop if she's dead. She overpowers him and escapes him. In the hospital, Olivia is possessed again when she attacks a detective and takes his gun, which she uses to blow her brains out. Tyler drives out to the town to find a new man of Kobe trying to find Laura. Unbeknownst to them, she has taken a cab to the Saddle Mills factor where she figures Marina killed herself. Laura then into a video chat with her mother, who also gets possessed by Marina. She takes a knife to kill herself while Laura is helpless to do anything. Tyler finds Laura, but he is quickly stabbed through the throat by Kobe. Kobe chases after Laura but then gets stung to death by Marina's swarm of wasps. Grown tired, Laura sees an apparition of a young Marina saying she only wanted to be her best friend. When Laura finds Marina's body and laptop, she is taken into one of her creepy posts, specifically a dark forest. When Laura turns around, Marina's spirit visits her. Sometime later, Laura is back in school but with absolutely no friends. She looks at another group of girls the way Marina looked at her. She looks at her Facebook profile, which is a picture of her and Marina. In the final chilling shot, Laura looks at the audience with dead eyes, indicating Marina has now taken over her body and has doomed her to a life of loneliness.